Hey, good morning everyone. Welcome back to Old Guy Firewood. It's been a minute since I posted. Been a lot going on, and going to cover some of that with you today. Got a few things on the schedule today, a few things I'm going to try to include in this video. And one is one of the reasons I've been so busy over the last couple of weeks. Here a couple of weeks ago when the hurricane came through this area, we had some pretty severe flooding in a lot of places. And one of the places that flooded really badly is one of my landscape maintenance accounts. It's a swim and racket club, and it's also a club that I've belonged to for 43 years, where my kids grew up, where we made friends, and it's been an important part of my life and my family's life. And flooded really badly. I'm going to show you some footage of that. I've been down there with my tractor doing some grading work around the parking lots, helping to tear down some chain link fence that was damaged. I got a lot more work to do, but show you that. And the other thing I want to do is we're going to crank the Woodmizer LX50 Super Sawmill up today, and go ahead and cut a couple corner boards for my son's shed that he and I built. My son Mike, you've seen him in some of my other videos, but we built an 8x12 shed behind his shop, and we cut a good deal of the trim lumber, and he needs a couple more pieces, so we'll go ahead and get that done. And then I want to get back into the wood splitting mode. I'm really behind. A few health issues earlier this year put me behind, so I'm going to start getting back into production mode, and a lot of what we'll be cutting now will be for next year. I do have some wood that will be ready to go this year, and I also am going to be concentrating some on maple and some poplar, some cherry, some of those woods that will dry a little bit quicker that I can use for my bundle sales this year. So that's what we're going to be covering, and appreciate it if you come along for the ride. Appreciate you being here. So give you kind of a little synopsis of what's been going on, and get you caught up to where we are today. So thanks so much for watching. This is the entrance to the property the day after we received approximately 10 inches of rain from Hurricane Chantal. And remember, the water had already receded about 1.5 feet when I took this video. Water was up in that clubhouse another 1.5 feet from where it is right now. The main river channel is off to the left behind that row of trees, and this property sits right on the riverbank. It is a flood zone. The club did not have flood insurance because they can't get it being in the floodplain. So all restoration will be through volunteer effort of the members. Here I'm flying right across the top of the pool, and you can see in the center of the picture the top of a volleyball net, which is an 8-foot net, and it was totally submerged at the peak of the flood. Basketball goal in the background. This is all grassy area that I mow as part of my maintenance for the club. Tennis courts, 6 courts over here. They were totally underwater. The water level at its peak was actually up to the fascia board on this picnic shelter that you see in the center of the video right now. Here I am going out over the gravel parking lot and towards the entrance of the pool. Flying the drone out to where I'm standing there, as you can see. And again, remember, the water level was almost to the bottom rail of that split rail fence. The flow of the water was so strong through the parking lot, it cut a trench about 1.5 feet deep and piled a lot of the gravel up to the side of that. One of the first things I did was got in there with my tractor and graded that all back out so the parking lot and driveways could be used. You can see the fence around the pool has been knocked over, covered with debris. Chairs, tables, umbrellas, everything went down the river. The volleyball court, which was a sand court, all the sand had washed out into the grassy area next to the court. Power lines were down, supplying the power to the pool. Again, here's some damage to the fences and the debris. Tennis courts had about 3 inches of mud on them, and the back wall of the tennis courts came out. Volunteers came out in force. I was there with my tractor. Another friend had his. We used that to pull up to the side of the pool so that volunteers could shovel the mud into the bucket and we could dump it off to the side. We were able to get a large trash pump, 4-inch pump, which pumped 1,200 gallons a minute, pumped the pool out, and then proceeded to shovel and flush the mud down into that deep end so that we could pump it out. The local volunteer fire department came in and helped us rinse the pool and the mud down into the deep end so we could remove it. Well, I hope that video coverage of the flood was not boring to you. I hope you got something out of it. As I say, that's one of my landscape customers that I've been taking care of for 20 years. And on top of that, I've been a member of that club for 43 years. So been spending a lot of time there helping them get cleaned up. And once the pool's back open, which they're hoping to do within the next couple of weeks, I'll be back in there doing a lot of restoration on the turf areas that were torn up. But they're back in the wood yard now. And as I mentioned, we've got some trim boards I need to cut on the mill for my son Mike. So let's go ahead and we'll get started on that. I need to go ahead and cut 2 more 3/4 by 3.5 inch pieces off this cant. That's the same cant we cut the other trim pieces off. Thought we had enough, but need 2 more pieces. So I'm gonna go ahead and crank this up and cut those and get those to Mike, and we'll have that chore out of the way. There's one piece. Need 1 more. Okay, there's 2 pieces, 3.5 by 3/4. That'll take care of Mike's project. You know, I really haven't used the LX50 as much as I thought I would. Just haven't had the time, but it works great. Great entry-level sawmill. I'm going to be using it some pretty soon because I've got a video that hopefully I'm going to do within the next month or so about a solar drying solution for firewood. And similar to what Karen and Phil had done over at their channel. So keep posted for that. It's going to be on a smaller scale, something that'll fit just a couple of totes, but expandable, so you could add additional extensions to do an additional tote at a time. So we'll see how that works, and I'm anxious to see if it'll do what I think it will. Well, it's the next day, and I told you yesterday when I started this video that I wanted to talk to you about what's been keeping me so busy the last couple of weeks with the flooding at my customer's account, the Swim and Racket Club. We got that done, and I told you I wanted to get the Woodmizer mill going and cut a couple boards for Mike, my son, to finish the trim on his shed, and we got that done. And then I took a little break, went inside and had some lunch, and all of a sudden the sky got just as dark as could be, and we ended up with some thunder and lightning. And long story short, I didn't get back out to do the third thing that I wanted to include in this video, which was cutting up some firewood. So as I say, it's the next day, and we're going to produce a little bit of firewood today, so that I can include it in this video and go ahead and get it published. You know, it just seems like we've been in this rain pattern for a couple weeks now. It's hot, sunny during the day, late afternoon, clouds up, thunderstorms roll in, and we get a downpour. But today, looks like that may not happen. It's 5 o'clock now, and the sky looks pretty clear. Do is buck a log, split it up, and grab another one, buck it up. So go ahead and get the splitter warmed up here. Well, there it is. I accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish in this video. Got flood coverage, got the Woodmizer sawmill running, cut a couple boards, and got some firewood produced. 2 large totes full of nice hickory and oak firewood. So, man, it's hot. It's after 6 o'clock here now, and 88 degrees still, with a feels like in the low 90s. So I think that's all I'm going to do today. But as I say, accomplished what I wanted to. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment down below about any part of the video. This video bounced all over the place, I know, from flooding to sawmilling to wood splitting. But if you enjoy this sort of thing, please go ahead and press that like button. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and leave a comment below. And I'm really interested in what you have to say, what you think. And I got to get going on the firewood. I'm way behind, and if I do a couple baskets a day, I can get caught up pretty quick. So anyway, until the next one, as I always say, keep moving, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much for watching.